stuff. Never lose a
You
moment,
want to
right?
begin again? You should. There's so many strategies of potential
Yes.
that you can use for marketing.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing with sales channels. If you're starting on Amazon or you're starting, somebody said to me, oh, I mean, I talk to people all the time. They go, oh, I was advised this and I was advised this. First get on Facebook. No, do Etsy. Every single one of these sales channels can shut you down overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known that to happen to several people. And not just because they're small. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars shut off from their orders, from their customer base. And Etsy is relentless, right? Same as Amazon. I've got a few clients. Well, I've got one actually. His Amazon representative got him in trouble because one of her clients, the trademark was she let it lapse.
Was what?
She let her trademark lapse.
Oh gosh.
And so boom, they shut the whole caboodle down. And so so she literally had to go to a lawyer to talk to Amazon to get it sorted out, or give her advice, right?
Yeah.
So and this is across the board. But if you have your own base, right? It's like having a restaurant and maybe just doing the trucks, right? That can be in an accident tomorrow, right? Somebody hits you sideways, your income is gone. Instead of having maybe a retail place and a truck. Actually, that's a good analogy. I mean, I've never thought of it, but that's the same thing. So if you have your own base and you're starting to build your own client base, and obviously Shopify does not share clients with you, customers, neither does Etsy, but there are ways. And you were talking about direct marketing. I really believe that the old way of doing business is still very prevalent. So, I used to own a recruiting company at some stage of my life, and it was about 4 or 5 years. And 2007, crashed. Anyway, so
nobody was hiring.
Exactly. All my big clients, Verizon, everybody said, give us the guys, otherwise, they have to go. Anyway, but even with my candidates, my recruiters had to be hands-on with people, right? You have to be hands-on, and then using stupid things like send your customer a card. So you don't have connections with your Amazon customer. You can literally, you can put a card in the package, right? Which you should. Put your website on there, right? And so there's some small sneaky ways to do it. But also you have yes, exactly. You have the address.
Show you the other side. It's like, welcome to the Scooter Tribe.
Yes.
And then we have a this goes to our website.
Yes.
And this is inserted in all of our cards. We were originally thinking of Amazon, but we invite them to, we say, after your ride, circle back, tell us how we can improve. And it's improve at zoomurbangear.com. It's not info, it's not feedback, it's not contact.
Yes.
It's improve.
Yes, exactly.
We want to be a hub for the scooter community. Well, that's why we keep talking about a scooter tribe in our marketing, right?
Yes.
Look, Seth Godin is an old friend of mine. I don't know how familiar you are with him and his work.
I love him. I talk about him all the time as well.
Well,
right?
I've known him since the early 90s, the old permission marketing days.
Yes.
Mid 90s. I think I met him about 96. And that's back when he was publishing almanacs and crap. Well, he's just getting into he'd just come up with the idea of permission marketing. And he's a great mind, but the point is, it's a people business. No matter what business you're in a people business.
Exactly. So tell us what is a permission marketing? Because nobody will know what that is.
Permission marketing is that you ask. Permission marketing is essentially that you ask permission to talk to people before talking to them. It's not like you're involuntarily broadcasting out to people who have no choice but to
Spam.
receive your message.
Yeah.
They've
Spam.
opted in to receive your message.
Yeah.
And it dovetails very I forgot we were recorded. It dovetails very tightly with one-to-one marketing, with customer relationship management, where you're talking to people in very specific ways. You can understand them and predict exactly what they are going to need at some point or another. It's a great way of it's a great way of doing business. It's not just a way of marketing, it's a great way of doing business.
Yeah.
Everything should be
wow.
consensual. Everything
Yeah.
everything should be consensual. Everything should be permission based, and he was
I
the one who
know.
he pioneered that idea.
I actually didn't know that. That's very interesting. So coming back to Shopify, I'm glad you mentioned that. Remember when I was talking about in settings, and you have under checkout where you don't just check that check mark. You ask people, please, can we market to you, right? But I also really strongly believe in one-to-one marketing. So that's why Shopify now have where people can send you stuff back without a problem, because it generates something, a whole thing for you. I believe communicating with the customer is really, really key, right? So here's a really cool thing where Shopify has an inbox. So a lot of people are very scared of the inbox, which is really the chat on let me go in here, the chat on your website.
Yeah.
Right. Let me go in here. This chat thing on your website, right?
Oh, it's built in. That's great.
It's built in, right? You do not have to be scared of it. So with several, I look after several stores, and with several of the customers, I've literally asked people to give me their telephone number and had a one-on-one conversation and closed the deal, especially on stores that are selling high-end items like I was selling sculptures, African sculptures and stuff. So but this is a way for people to connect with you as well, because and here's the cool part. So they're chatting to you, they have to put the email in here if you're not online, right? So it grabs the email. So when you're back in here, then you can view your messages. I'll go in. Who's this? Kalahari doesn't have any messages, but you can literally go in, and obviously you can receive notifications, and you have it on your phone and everything. But being very responsive to your customers in Shopify is easier. Unfortunately, they've just changed. Facebook and Instagram just changed the rules. I don't know why I have to log in again. Just changed the rules for messages. Who's this? Kalahari?
Yeah, they're constantly doing that.
Yes. So we were able to see all the messages in sorry, I have to find this KKK.
There's Kalahari.
And so we were able to actually get the messages from Facebook and Instagram. We can't do that anymore. So you have to do that separately now on Facebook. Facebook, they love people staying on Facebook, right? But this is a way where people can pop in and actually chat to you. Maybe I'll open mine.
That's really
any messages.
That's really important. A lot of large companies have used bots for this.
Yes.
And then we'll come back to
yes,
a human if they need to.
Yes. And I use totally unrelated bots. I go fabulous and hi. And so really talking to the customer here one-on-one. And people don't mind waiting, which is amazing, right? Everybody goes, well, I'm not going to be online 24/7. I said, you really don't have to. And this has been my experience. So as you can see here, this little lady, she's on the bootcamp as well, and she's working or whatever. And she asked me about this. Remember, day 2, I didn't put up there on time. So she was on the chat. I received an email, and then I responded on the email to her. So it literally comes through to your email, and then you can actually allocate if you have a big team, right, you can allocate it to a team, but also, and then you can see here when they place the last order, which is fabulous. You can see how
Yes.
important the customer is. And then here you can add a product.
Yeah. So this is a CRM. I mean, this is
Yes. Yes.
a sort of a low level CRM to be
Low
honest.
level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's an individual level CRM. I mean,
Yes.
I've
Yes.
actually I built some of the first systems that would say, you know, what is the next product we should sell this person? So we might have 12 different emails, and the models would predict what's the best email to send to somebody, or a
Yeah.
sequence, or a frequency of emails, or a sequence of emails, and so on. But this is much more small business oriented.
Oh, yes.
Although
Although I must
big
say,
businesses try to do this.
yeah, I must say that, and you know, I've got several big clients as well. I still use this. So,
Yeah.
and you know, you know, business goes up and down, and you know, the bigger your business is, the more you have to invest in it because you have employees and everything, and so your margins actually shrink instead of getting bigger. So yeah, as my company grew, my margins went click, 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 and it's like, oh, I thought I was successful. I was making millions of dollars. Not the
Yeah.
case. Okay. So, but also what they've done, and Shopify have majorly changed about, I would say, well, after COVID, obviously, but majorly 2021.
Mm-hmm.
They started adding new, and they're still adding new stuff. So they've also got, well, the email was basic, but it's actually improved quite a lot. They've also got emails that you can have in here,
It's great.
which is fabulous, right? The emails are basic. I use an email provider, which is, you guys are getting my emails through OmniSend, because they have better options. They've got extra options. So if once my clients get up to a certain level, then I push them into Klaviyo, or I use OmniSend. It's just easy. And then, so as I was showing you, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. I don't want to open too many things. And then, so you can literally create, they've got these ready-made templates and create templates. But what they also have is, and they have some automation. So here are automations that you can have in your store.
Wow.
So yeah, and this has literally grown in the last month. I went, no, don't do this. I've just published my book, you know. So I've got to
Well,
update my book
definitely
again.
abandoned carts and abandoned checkout follow-up.
Yes, yes,
So
mega.
here's one of the things that's really hard for somebody to know is which of these actually should you do, right? I mean, which are effective. And
Yeah, well, you don't know until you try them. And this is what I do with my first businesses.
This is all remarketing here.
Yeah.
Which is effective to a point, but if you overdo it, people get annoyed.
Yes. So what happens with the emails is they get the sequence of the emails, but at some point, if they drop off, if they do some action, they drop off the sequence, right? So you always have to have that out. But you know what? The emails, especially abandoned cart, you should have 2, 3. And let me explain to you why. I mean, maybe you know, but the first email you're going to ignore because you're busy, because you've just come off the website and recommended is like 6 hours or 10 hours. And then you say, you know, hello, you know, come back, we still love you. And then the third email, you can offer them a discount, right? So they don't know that until, and that will really encourage people to come to, hey, you know, I can get a discount. It's amazing how our brains work. Maybe I should be doing this. But because everybody's so busy, you need those reminders to go through, right? And believe me, I'm your typical customer. I am the most terrible customer you'll ever have. And so I'm base the reactions from what I do with my reactions to customers as well. But what I also do is I literally sign up to competition. So if I was, who I just, We've just launched. Oh, I've just launched some tactical gear, black tied concepts. And so so with them, I signed up to the big guys. He gave me his competition in a spreadsheet. I signed up to the emails to see what do the emails look like? What are they doing? You know, can I replicate it? And that's also a good way. And also, you know, the bigger companies send you lots of emails. And believe me, we don't mind the lots of emails from the big companies. But if there's small companies sending us lots of emails, then we do mind it. But I send out, for instance,
but this is again permission marketing, right? You have to earn that permission,
yes,
and you have to continuously earn that permission.
yes, because they can literally, they have the permission to opt out of your email. And you know, it doesn't really matter. It just means that they cleaned out the inbox or whatever, right?
Well, one of the tenets of permission marketing is permission. There's different qualities of permission. It's not just about getting permission to send, because you can do a sweepstakes entry.
Yes.
And you know, we're giving away a television. You just have to give us your email. That's crap. I mean, that was early in the internet. People realized that was garbage, even though you had permission.
Yes.
Because people, they may not opt out, but they may never open your email. I mean, for example, I have 200,000 unopened emails in my public account, right? Not the ones that I care about, the ones that I give to friends and family and to companies I trust.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a soft disregard. So again, you know, if you can figure out the open rates too on things, that's really important as well.
Yeah. So you can see here where people have subscribed and unsubscribed, and either unsubscribed or not subscribed, right? Not subscribed. Yeah. So for me, it doesn't matter, because it just means that, you know what, I don't need your message right now, but I do know you're around, because maybe they've liked me on Facebook already and they like me on Instagram already. So I'm in front of them anyway, and they're quite okay with that. So, and again, you know, being on the different social platforms is important as a small business as well, because you don't really know what your customer really wants to see. So with Shopify, and this is
I noticed I'm on here too.
Yes.
I'm about the fifth line down. Yeah.
So with Shopify and with any email provider, whether it's Klaviyo or Shopify or Omnisend, do not do MailChimp, because MailChimp had a little discussion and disagreement with Shopify. So you have to have this in-between technology. And I don't really believe in in-between technologies. Things break down all the time. And MailChimp really is a beginner.
Who are you recommending for mail services?
I use Omnisend. A lot of people use Klaviyo, but Omnisend for me is easy for my customers to use. And they have really high, what are those called? Delivery rates.
Yeah, that's where they differ. The whitelisting,
different to open rate. So what they offer as well is audience. They offer like a cleaning, if you want to actually clean your list, which costs you money, right? It costs you a couple of cents, but it just and you have bots signing up. Believe me, my daughter-in-law launched her little Shopify store, and she had, I've got 50 people signing up. I go, nope, bots. In the last 10 minutes, no. So you can clean up your list. So, and what we also had on Shopify, which was really, really weird, we had this, it was called Martin Munsterman was the name, and they had different emails, and you had hundreds of these emails that were signing up on your Shopify store or any website, right? And then you have to clean it out every now and again. And again, if people don't want to subscribe, that's okay. You know, that's totally okay. And so one of the other things that I would suggest is, if you have really good customers, and we talked about direct marketing, is send them a Christmas card, send them a thank you card, handwritten by yourself, and say, thank you for shopping with us, you know? So and I love Canva, by the way.
You like what?
Canva.
Oh yeah, you mentioned, yes.
Yeah, Canva is fabulous. So what I've done is I've created for one of my clients. I actually should do this for the other one as well. Is a card that we send out with the product. And this is like as if it's signed by them. So we have, and normally we have a 10% discount at the bottom here as well. And then we have, what the product is all about. This is artist, because this is, what is it called? Sculptures.
That's in South Africa, right?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah.
Yes.
I've spent some time in Zimbabwe. Great country.
Yeah. So, but I said, and people absolutely loved it. And then we had these envelopes that we got from Zimbabwe, which are like handmade, pressed, and those little things that make your customers remember you. But can you imagine getting a card from an e-commerce company and a small e-commerce company where you can actually handwrite it, right? And say thank you for shopping with us. So one of my little clients, where we Parisians Pure, she has a whole actual unboxing experience that she's created, and she's got a card that she writes. It's personal. She has a 10% discount in the box. She's got her label. She's got beautiful paper around her stuff. So, trying to think outside the box, because, and I'm talking about outside the box, right? You have the box, slap your label on the outside of the box, So
literally outside the box, right?
Yes. So the little ways of, because that guy or the girl, actually, but the girl has, that's delivering the box, that is handling the box, might go, wow, let me check what this is all about. So that, you've got to be prevalent around the whole experience when you do have a store. Right. And as I said, sending out the cards just makes it so much special. So I would say about 50% of them send out cards now because they think it's a great idea. And then, you don't have to say, buy. It's just literally a thank you. And then I don't know if we can actually get onto the thank you page. Hang on, let me have a look here. Let me go back to Jim's.
I am amazed how capable Shopify is.
Yes, and so they've just gone on to one page checkout, which is fabulous. Okay, so here is a checkout. So what you could do on checkout, I want to see if we can actually add anything on checkout. Sometimes you can. Your card is empty. This is the card. Checkout. No, there's still the card. So you have your card. So you can literally start adding information to your card as well, like some featured products. This is, upsell and cross-sell. Let's add some products on the card because they are going to start going to the checkout. And then you can also, I think they do have some options where you can actually add a little bit of stuff to your checkout, right?
Well, something like that, like customers like you bought this.
Yes,
that's exactly. I'm not sure Shopify can do that, but that's something that's very often actually empirically driven, like because
oh, absolutely. And on every and also what I like to do is I've done it on somebody's. I like to do that on most of the pages. I think I was really doing black tie. Hang on. See here. Industrial. I'm working really hard on these pages right now.
Farm. I like the company.
This woman is so on top of it. I mean, she's just freaking amazing. And so having
quite an inventory. It's lovely.
Well, they drive me nuts actually, because they literally create new stuff all the time. So if you're looking at our story, is you should have, and I'll create this. Oh, created this on Canva, by the way. And then no, we don't. Actually, should have your products on here as well. So on every page. Oh, there we go. Here, our favorite things. So I don't know why this is up here. Oh, we design. Okay, that's what we
Yeah.
had it there. And so,
So,
mm,
yeah,
on every page, right, whether it's an ingredient page, and but and one of the I've got lots of one of the things. One of the things I also do is once that website is up, right? Once it's up and going, and you still have to work at it. So improving these things as you're going along really, really helps your SEO and your rankability on Google, right? And so, yeah. Anyway, that's one of the things I was going to show today.
interesting.
And
How
then
does,
also
yeah.
discounts. So we have you can create your automatic discounts and your just general discounts, right? And so who's this for? Kalahari.
I see, yeah, there's the codes.
Yeah. And then also you can create automatic, you see these automatic discounts
Yeah,
are created by my email. It's one-time discount. And so Shopify gives it a key that they can actually come back and collect. There's a one code is active, it's automatic. And then I also have a sequence, right? Hey, don't forget to get a welcome sequence. Don't forget your code, come and shop. We love
sure.
you, and you've got to be a little bit cutesy and show your stuff. But you have to, I think with any starting store, you have to test things out. And even with an established clientele, you have to still try things out and see if things will work, and add more things, and look at what the competition is doing. I mean, I always harp at look at what the competition is doing and then doing it better. So yeah, I've got, as I said, I test things out here all the time. And we're going to do some sales channels, I think on Tuesday. And then emails, I'll show you how to set up emails on Monday. Emails, and I know there's something. Let me have a look. Emails. I'm so glad I actually made sure that I got the information on here so I can remember what I'm doing. Yeah, the shipping and the blogs. And then again, the blogs, I believe the blogs and the emails is your low-hanging fruit. The emails are your low-hanging fruit, but people have customers, people that have signed up that are really interested in your, and I've seen 10 to 30% closing rate on emails, conversion rate. So,
Conversion rate on emails under what circumstances, or in general?
on newsletters, on
if they're
abandoned
interesting.
cart. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't overdo it and you don't underdo it,
Yes.
I mean, I used to build models,
Yes.
to how do you optimize, for example, those products being shown at the bottom of the middle of the page of that one. This is something that off camera I might tell you more about, but an amazing amount of everything you're showing in the high end is all driven by models. There's almost nothing that can't be optimized if you have enough data.
Yes, exactly.
Emails, the number of emails. I mean, I'll tell you one thing that's sort of interesting is you say send 3 emails. In the direct mail world, where it costs money to send each piece, you have to be a little more selective.
Yes.
And it turns out that you would think naively that you'd send 3 postcards or letters or direct mail pieces to your best customers. Actually, you don't. You only send 1 because they're going to respond.
Yes.
It's actually the people who are in the middle that you want to hit with a lot more. It also, by the way, applies to political campaigns. I can tell you more about that at some point because I worked for President Obama on political campaigns.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, it is, you don't have to convince people that already love you. They're going to come back. And so one of the problems we have with this little lady is that, how many metal brackets can you buy? And that's why she shows all the different ways that you can use the metal brackets, right? So,
exactly. I get the exact same thing. I mean, you keep getting advertisements. I love your product, but I only have to buy it once.
Yes. So
Right.
so she's now started getting into she does
Decor.
these wholesales, right?
Yeah.
To
right.
show what you can put on the mantles and the brackets and everything. But what I'm also going to do is we're going to create a comparison chart, because she's got so many brackets, it drives me nuts. So I said, if it drives me nuts, how would it drive your customers nuts? So
Well, you need
creating
a visual comparison is the
Mhm,
right way to do
mhm,
it. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, so
Amazon is quite good at that, by the way.
yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. And that's where I got the idea from Amazon. So, and that's one other thing that I do is I literally go onto Amazon and have a look at how they're presenting their products. Obviously, you know, we're a little bit limited on Shopify, because you know it's on the product page you can add stuff to the top, you can add stuff to the bottom, or you can literally add your images here to the side, to this side.
Yeah.
And then what they've also now added, this is really cool, you know, the bought together. So we used to have an app, which every single app you will add to your website, you'll probably pay for.
Right.
So what they've done now is you can add 2 extra. Well, I recommend only 2 products right underneath your add to cart button that says, hey, and I'm actually going to change this. I've decided I don't like pairs well with
But okay, yeah.
that they have 2 different products that you can add, you know, add to your product, add to your cart while you're in here. And then obviously at the bottom you have your oh, this is a suggestion. And then at the bottom I've got, no, that's actually what people would love to buy.
Right. So I have a
Yes.
question. When you make those suggestions in that checkout page a little bit above here, do you search through to see what they've bought before to make sure you're not offering them something they've bought before?
That's very good question. Very, very good question. So
I know, I mean, I'm not trying to embarrass you or anything,
no,
but yeah,
no, it's a very good question.
it's a sales thing, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So the Shopify up to this point, again, it has changed, right?
Yeah.
Up to this point, no, that was about 6 months ago, maybe longer. We could, the related, what we call related products, was random, totally random.
Yeah,
just
of course.
whatever, right? You couldn't control it. But we have now, Shopify has improved the searchability for the websites, and they have it's a Google thing actually that they've done, and the Google algorithm or whatever. So now what you can do is you can literally add recommendations. So you can see here is they random, I mean, I've only got 3 products in here, randomly added related products.
That's hardwired. I get that.
No, but now what you can do is the complementary products you can control, right? So that's what these 2 are here.
Yeah.
So you can literally change whatever you want to change in your store as well.
That's good. It's
So,
I see the hardwiring.
It does take, especially if you've got lots of products now. So with her, it's going to take a bit.
Well, I mean, if you
do 5 a day or something.
I mean, if you're like Amazon and you have, I don't know, millions of products, pretty much what you're trying to do is optimize the next sale.
Yes, exactly.
Optimize the upsell.
Yes.
I've done a lot of models around that. But I
And
mean, what I was saying, the most elementary thing is you probably don't want to offer them something they've already purchased.
Exactly. And that's the problem you would probably have on the add to cart, where they already bought something and then it pops up automatically. So
It's okay.
unless you can control that and then add specific products, you know, what's a good idea? You know, and again, you know, you can do that with an app. And you know, it depends on your budget. It depends on how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
What your sales are. I always say, you know, start testing things out. And then the other thing that they have as well, and I'm glad we talked about this, because this is one of the things I probably won't get to during the week, is this the filters. So when you're on your this is also a new thing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's incredible. That for something like this, that's really important because you might want to bracket, but it can't be any bigger than 4x6 or something.
Exactly. So, okay, let me see here. If I can look at one. Yeah. So when you're looking at your collections, there's always availability, and you can take this off the price, obviously. And then I've got here the finishes.
It's a lot of work.
Right. And then this is dimensions. So, but you can really literally control this when you are adding your options.
Yep.
And so being very specific about your options when you're naming them is very important. So what I found with, actually with her, what I had to actually fix this all on on a spreadsheet is that, there are several people putting the products in and everybody has their own way. They don't stick to the same methodology. So if you're calling this finishes, stick to finishes. If you're calling it sizes, stick to sizes, right? If you're calling it choose your size, stick to choose your size. And that's with all your options. Who was it that my little the Itsy Bitsy, oh my Lord, that was confusing. So what with her problem is that she had different vendors have different ways of sizes, which was really interesting, right? So we had to come up with and most people that are shopping, it also depends on the template where you're going to see your sizing. And I believe on the side is the best. At the top is not. So you have all your different sizes in here, and she's got the different products availability, and then also the different brands, which is super important, especially for her website. So the filters is a fabulous add-on that Shopify.
Yeah. So I would say that filters are what made Wayfair.
Yes.
And by the way, Amazon is terrible with filters.
Yes, actually, yes, I agree.
An electronics company I'm very fond of, Newegg, is really good at that.
Yes. And also,
it makes a huge difference in the shop. Home Depot is what actually I was just thinking about Home Depot. They do a very, very good job. It makes the shopping experience. It really makes the shopping experience so much better.
Exactly.
To be able to, especially Home Depot, where they've got hundreds of, say, shelving units, right? And you want one that's this wide and this tall and made out of this.
Yes.
Yeah. How can you do it any other way? I mean, it's just actually, oddly enough, Macy's has a pretty good one too.
Yes.
It can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
And there's a whole art to these things. And as
that's
I said,
that's
Amazon
why I say
doesn't do a good job.
Yeah. So have a look at what other companies are doing and what are they naming their
right.
So I always say about collections is like departments. You got to know your department where you're going to put your products into. And then
of course that has a meaning at Home Depot, right? That they are physical stores with different, they could even say aisles actually to create a stronger link with their home store.
Exactly. And then exactly. So I mean, this is just, you could do literally, but it has to really suit your product. So Shopify, if you have it on this will only correlate to the options or variants that you have in that collection for those products. So if these products have no finishes, then the finishes won't pop up on here. So when you're looking at the interior decorating.
So it does generate it. It'll generate it on the basis of variants. Okay.
Yeah. You see here, there's only large and medium. And then you can also add here recently viewed, which is fabulous. Look at that. That's a new thing as well.
That's helpful.
Yes.
Well, they're stealing a lot of best practices from everywhere.
Exactly. That's why
I can see that.
That's why they're growing so fast, right?
Well, I made a lot of money on their stock at one point.
I should have, would have. Anyway.
At the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh yes.
It
went just nuts.
But yeah, no, I'm a fan of Shopify. Now I'm going to become a customer, so that's a good thing. I have a question or two, Veronica, about templates.
Yes.
So you advised when we talked before about, let's just start small. Start with a free template. That's fine. I get that, and so on. But you do talk a lot about your best practices and so on. I'm sorry, if you wanted to go to something else, that's
No. That's a good
but
question.
and so okay, say I start with a free template from Shopify. I want to switch to a paid template from Shopify, which happens to cost more than the company you recommended, I noticed. How easy is it to switch from one template to another?
Very good question. I love that
Because
question.
that worries me, honestly.
So yes. So it used to be easy. It's not easy anymore. So the more you adding to your pages, remember, I changed my pages. I've got different product pages. I've got different information on my product pages because I'm building them out. And we literally just launched industrial onto a new theme, total nightmare. Because I was updating the pages already, and then we went to a new theme because she couldn't. So not every theme can get the search filters, by the way. So you also have to be very careful to know that they can get the search filters. And the only way to know that is if you're in Shopify and in preferences, when you're looking at the theme, and it will tell you you can't get this. This is not available.
Well, and some of them are add-ons or paid add-ons. I'm not sure if it was with Shopify or with the other vendor. There's some elements that you can then add as a paid add-on if it's not part of the theme in the beginning.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Just
no,
get the theme and just do it.
The difficulty of this is the notion that I need to figure this all out before I actually start, because I don't know exactly everything I need.
Yes, exactly.
If I did, I probably wouldn't do it exactly this way anyway. So
yeah. So and I've dealt with a lot of the themes, which some of them are very restrictive. As I said, like Itsy Bitsy, the filters are at the top. I don't like that. I like my filters at the bottom, on the side, like everybody else has. What I like, why I push out of the sandbox. I discovered them and I've used them. I use them for myself. I use them for everybody that has a theme.
Yeah.
I use different themes because not every theme is the same. Right now I'm using Turbo because it gives me the best options for whatever different types of things I want to do. So again, you get what you pay for. That's the big thing.
I get that.
And then
so it's not that easy to switch. It's like going from version 1 to version 2.0.
Yes, unfortunately. It used to be you just have to change your homepage, but now with the capabilities of adding those different things in customization, then you have to go in. And for me, I've got to say, it's just literally a copy and paste. So we've changed quite a few websites now from the original Shopify to 2.0, and you have to redo everything. You only have to redo the visual details that you've added. Your pages don't change, your blogs don't change, your product presentation doesn't change, your collection, all the other stuff, the back-end stuff does not change. It is just like if you're looking at I bring up what's her name all the time, industrial, because I've really been working hard. And they actually came from Etsy onto Shopify. So yeah, exactly. So
they got too big for Etsy.
Yeah, she's still and Etsy is nickel and diming everybody to death. So as you can see, I've added, this is just a description, but I've added this and I've added this and I added the FAQs for a particular type of product, so you got to think of, how many products are you going to have? What capabilities do you want on the pages? And the free templates, as I said, my Kalahari Gold is like, I'm putting up with it, but I am going to change it because I don't really like the way the product pages are shown, right? You don't have as much control as what you would have on a paid template.
On the free ones.
Yeah. And then, again, it really depends on the template, what capability you get. And so with what's it called? Out of the sandbox, they also get you a little bit on the back end. I pay $9 for updates. So you can, it's a subscription. So you can have that $9 go on, but I close the $9 down because I don't do every update. I collect the updates and I go, okay, I really, really, really do need to use this. And so when you're looking at, for instance, Shopify have added the capability, which they didn't have before. If you have a gift card, it was really a pain to get the gift card to somebody, a friend, right? Now Shopify have added the capability where you put in your recipient information on the page. You used to have to do that and code that into the page. So they're making it so much easier for normal people just to whack up Shopify, right?
We're going to have just a few products. Most of them are going to be unique. I mean, they're not, innovations invented that are ours, that we're manufacturing. So we're designing, manufacturing, and marketing.
Yeah.
So obviously the marketing is part of it, but we've been spending a lot of time in terms of, I spent half of yesterday in design meetings with designers and figuring out what factories to manufacture with.
I'm very excited about your product. Can't wait to see what it is.
I think I'm probably not going to put this on the recording, but as far as I can tell, we're the first company in this space. And when I go to investors and they say, well, why is this great? I always say, what's the one company you can tell me that was founded during the California gold rush? It's Levi Strauss. They weren't selling gold. They weren't mining gold. They were selling accessories.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
The shovels and the buckets and everything.
Well, and they invented the blue jeans, but it's the accessories.
Yes.
Right. There are over 200 electric scooter companies. Right. There's not going to be 200 electric scooter companies in 5 years.
No.
Right. But people are always going to need the accessories because no one's going to. It's not their business, actually. Accessories not their business. So it's exciting. Yes, it feels like a good niche to play with, and we're trying to just move as fast as we can. So which actually brings me to another question, which is, how much time should one allocate? I think I've grossly underestimated the amount of time. Could you give some guidelines, for the assembled crowd here of, a single person entrepreneur who has or can buy some of the requisite talents, like say to develop the product line, to get the assets together, to write the copy and so on. Say this, you got somebody who's going to have the ability to do most of that. About how much time should they allocate putting together a site? I mean, a Shopify site. You said more than 14 days yesterday.
Oh, yes. I mean, some people say, "Oh, I'll get your thing up in 1 day, in a week." There's always something. There's literally always something that you need, that you're thinking about, and there are options, and there's, your images might not be, so you've got to get your images ready. You might not have the right images. As if I look at my black tide, so black tide has been one of my fastest. And we got this up in 4 weeks. Okay. But he's got one main product, that he's actually designed. That's his design, and then this is just an added option, right? He didn't design this. This is just what he's bought in, and he's got various other things that he's combining with his belt that he can sell. So these little things like. Yes. Having shoppable
those are good.
images.
I need that. Ooh, that's great.
So shoppable images is on Turbo from out of the sandbox. And
What are they
so
called? Something images?
shoppable images.
Shoppable images, okay.
Yes. And so he's got the t-shirt, he's got whatever this thing is. It's a chest rig, and he's obviously got his belt, right?
Yeah. You know who does this is car companies, or actually electric scooter companies for that matter too.
Yes.
Click on this and it'll tell you all about the
Yeah.
brake,
And so yes, they started it, right? They started it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking at any of the big brands that do have shoppable, I'm being offered tea. They do have shoppable images now. So and Shopify has been talking about this for 6 months. So now they've made it available for their designers or their people that are designing these things.
the SDK. Yeah.
Yes. And then, I've got you got the gift card that I've added here as well, and a little bit about, anyway. So
Maybe
yes.
Interesting. Yeah. Nice.
So, and this I created in Canva.
Yeah.
And then skewed it a little bit, and then made a shadow on the image. And now it looks like a card, right? Now it's a gift card. But yeah, shoppable images, only some of the themes have it, not every theme has it. So
Turbo
again,
does?
Yeah, Turbo has it. Yeah. And I've used all their themes. So I've literally I'm moving people from I've moved industrial from whatever she had to Turbo, so she can have shoppable images.
Yeah, no, it's so we have products that have we have a lot of call outs, like, well, these are our gloves, but
Yes.
the different features, pointing to the different features and
Yes.
so on,
Yes.
which are very important, because if you're doing innovation, you need to point out the innovations.
Exactly. And so with Black Tide also, I've already added the inquiries that I saw on the competition pages, already added into his website. So he can get inquiries if he's lucky, right? And again, returns and warranty applications and all that stuff. And then again, for industrial, we've added we got a wholesale page now. We have a design page if you want to see something different, and we also actually, and it's off now, we have a photo competition page. What they do, photo competition on Instagram, point your photo out, you can win something. And then she has the forms as well for the vendors. And then so she can make, she's supplied these things to boutique hotels, for instance, So you gotta think, okay, so if somebody, are you going to sell it wholesale? What do you need for a wholesale page? My lady for Hug Patrol, not hugpatrol.com, Hug Patrol. You see, I don't even know it, and I've known it forever. .net.
It's .net, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you had.
So she supplies to although no. Whole Foods actually have their own
right, but you said that there are hospitals and stuff for this Hug Patrol.
Yes.
It's it's a little further down.
Yeah. So she's got these credentials, obviously. And then she's got her NAICS codes, so think about NAICS codes and things like that you might, where can your product be applied, right? Say, for instance, Maryland is going to make the homemade clothes, not homemade. That sounds very homemade, but these these handmade clothes, right? Handcrafted clothes. So she could have them in boutiques, So again, with the Itsy Bitsy, she buys from other boutiques to sell online.
Yeah.
So, so you got to think a little bit outside the box of, you could be selling to stores that have electric bikes, right?
Yeah.
So you got to have that capability on your store as well. So, and then,
we're developing. Yeah, we've got a distributor, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at a distributor for Kalahari. I'm just talking to him now. So in products, you have purchase orders. You can
Right.
create purchase orders in Shopify. And that's new. And then also, as you're getting inventory in, you can control it and transfers. The purchase orders and what they have as well. And believe me, I've tested all these things out. Balance, capital, payouts, credit, simple credit. Yeah, payouts, no capital, bill pay. I think it's bill pay.
Yeah. Okay.
Of say paying your vendors through Shopify.
Really?
Yes. And I'm just looking at it.
So it's becoming,
yes.
That's a pretty broad-based e-commerce solution then. So, and then you also keep, okay, another question or two. I mean, I understand you can kind of, in a not terribly sophisticated way, keep your inventory updates here. I don't know if it integrates, say, with accounting systems and so on. And
yes, QuickBooks. Yes,
because we're using QuickBooks. I mean, my accountant uses QuickBooks behind the scenes, and we don't have a vendor paying solution per se, but in terms of the added services that you can buy for the add-ons to Shopify, do you have any the apps? Yeah, do you have anything that are kind of favorites or that you're going to be talking about? Because we're going to need to generate shipping labels and posting.
You don't need apps.
Okay.
All right. So Shopify, let me show you in here since I'm not doing any.
Well, are there? Okay, then talk generally about apps. I'm interested in that.
Yeah. So for instance, if we have this order, you create your shipping labels and invoices through Shopify. You get 30% discount depending on your plan, right? And so what I've done is I've created products in my shop and then sent all my Christmas presents away, and I get really good discounts. But yes, so you create your labels and invoices literally in.
I mean, you're sending your own stuff through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But they can link into the order and generate that automatically.
Yeah. So you can buy a shipping label. So it literally creates a shipping label for you. And so you can either have one of my clients has a couple of them have the thermal label printer.
Yeah,
right.
We do. Yeah.
And I've just used, for my sculpture company, I was doing the shipping. I just smacked it in that plastic bag and stuck it on the thing, and off it goes, right? And so, So shipping.
We have a label printer.
Yeah. When you start having, although industrial, I think they do this. They just, I don't think they use a shipping. So when you have a lot of shipments, like my puzzle company, what she does, she's got ShipStation, which is I think it's like $75, but she can bulk ship from Etsy and from Shopify, and create the labels bulk. So that's a really good idea. Apps, let's have a look at my apps. So Shopify also do bundles now. I'm still testing it out to see what it does. I'm connected to Fair Wholesale. I'm testing it out. I've got 2-3 clients on Fair. That's a wholesale company that you can sell your products wholesale, and it connects to Shopify. Retail barcodes, you can create your own retail barcodes. This is not the normal GTIN numbers that you need for Amazon, right? That you will have to buy. These are internal barcodes. So for instance, what's her name? The Itsy Bitsy Boutique needs it for her retail store. We create internal barcodes so she can put it on the label, and she has a gun that goes into her POS system, right?
Right. Well, she's got a POS system.
Yeah. You see, I've got Crazy Egg in here, talking about Crazy Egg.
What is Crazy Egg?
I have no idea. Integration, Crazy Egg.
Okay.
I think you can sell stuff through them. Crazy Egg, what are they?
Snapshots.
recordings, traffic. I have no idea. Install crazy egg.
Surveys. Doesn't look like you actually are using it.
No, it's one of those things I tested and okay, never mind.
All right, whatever.
And so let's go back into apps here. It's the
Zapier.
integration. Zapier, yeah, again,
Yeah,
you have to pay if so for instance, if you wanted your orders, or Shopify integrates into Zapier fabulously. If you wanted to integrate your orders into a spreadsheet, right? Or your customers into a spreadsheet, although you can always download everything from your customers to your orders internally.
yeah.
You know what? I haven't done that in years because I use Matrixify. You won't probably use them. I use Matrixify, which is a fabulous spreadsheet for
Matrixify?
orders. Matrixify, yes. They were Excelify, now they're Matrixify. But that's if you have a lot of information that you're going to be importing into Shopify, downloading. And so I use it for industrial. I use it for Dust for Mist. They've got 65,000 products. I use it for It's a Bitsy. She uses it all the time because she has inventory coming in and out all the time, new stuff. She uses it for like price changes. I use it for Dust for Mist for price changes. I did it for one of my smaller companies to import their existing product thing they had on whatever it was, WordPress. I imported all their blogs and everything. So it's a great migration tool. So yeah, so I use them again on and off. These are fabulous guys.
Right.
But you know what, I need to test. So why I use them is because they were a lot better than Shopify on the spreadsheet download information. So
Okay.
when you upload something, there are always mistakes, right? You forget something, there's a column you're not missing, there's an ID that you got in wrong, or something's got. Matrixify actually explains to you why it didn't happen.
Oh.
And I'm sure
It's an exception code, yeah.
Yes. So I don't know if Shopify do that now. I have to test it actually.
The best time to clean data is on data entry,
yes.
Not after it's in the
Yes.
database being used.
And yeah, so yeah, I've done a couple of, ooh, I did what? Ouch,
Well,
anyway.
I mean, there's always going to be data entry errors.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So if I look at my apps and so
are there any apps that you just think you use all the time that you adore?
you gotta and again, I'll be talking about the sales apps. You gotta have link pop and all that stuff. I love Printful because they are direct printer. They're not a like Printify is just a middleman and they send it out to different print shops. I found the quality wasn't good. So I did a lot of research, and as you can see, I've tested quite a few of them. I've started using SEO but they use code, and this is for SEO for your alt tags, for your images and everything. I didn't like the way they put the same alt tag in for the images and stuff. So it's better to do it manually. Unless you have millions of things, then you do it by spreadsheet. Again, I've been testing this out. I don't see why to use it. If you have, this is for digital, obviously digital downloads. You do get on the first plan, you get a point of sale light system, which means that you can sell things off your phone.
Right.
With a credit card. Obviously, you have to buy something.
Right. Well, I suppose if we go to an industry show or something, we might do that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yes, I need to talk about these guys. So sooner are where if you only have like a few products, you couldn't do this like, what's her name? Parisian's Pure is going to rebrand. She's got too many products. Unless she wants to invest in this, you can send them your products.
Yeah.
They take a photo or videos of your product while you are online virtually with them.
Wow.
And
I would,
so
oh my God, I would have saved so much money to do that.
I know, right? I
Oh my
know.
word.
I was just like, I was blown away. So
I mean, I had a photographer, we have a photo booth. I mean, we've got,
yeah,
oh,
I've tried them all. I've tried them all. So did I use them in here? No, I've never used them in here. But I did use them with my skincare company that has 2 products. I sent one in, did a fabulous job. And then so you can pick and choose what images you want. And literally the quality of images that you get out of here compared to when you're getting a photographer is priceless. So
the convenience is priceless too.
I know,
Oh my
right?
God. Instead of having to find a photographer, oy.
Exactly. And
I've literally been going through all of our assets in
yeah,
the last couple of days, because I'm preparing to get this store up. And I'm just thinking, oh my God,
yeah.
there's
So you can get this, for instance.
it's so
I
variable in
sent these,
quality.
I sent these off to this guy. He was there's a friend, but he's a photographer and he's done product. And this is not the
Yeah.
quality that I'm looking for.
No, there's a lot of shadows there, and it's not very bright. It's not very
And it's not
bright.
very bright, and it's
Yeah.
just no. And I just looked at this and I thought, no, I'd rather send my stuff to Suna. And you can pick hands, you can pick bodies, you can pick everything that you want to
They have models too. I mean, or is it
they
just
have
a
models, yes, they have
Oh.
models, and I've just seen they've got products, you see here. So I had this black hand. Although when we got the product, then my 2 teammates said, oh, we needed it to be polished on the nails. I go, seriously? Now you tell me? I already paid for them. They do Amazon starter packs, product highlights. Import from Amazon. Look at this.
That's kind of cool.
This is very cool. And then I am testing out a video recording on your website software. They're going to onboard me in the next 5 days. I better finish signed up. They you pay within 15 days, you start paying. It's a live thing that you sell your products. It's like a smorgasbord of products that you're talking about that you can add to your live. And then but the cool thing is, and I've tested one out, I didn't like it because it's only on the product page. You can't post it anywhere. With this one, when you're doing the live, you can be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at the same time. Yes. Plus, the link keeps the assets in the video.
Oh,
so
okay.
When you're posting that link on your blog, your products still come up. Your buy button still comes up. Your special still comes up. So I'm literally testing that out. As I say, I love testing things out.
What is that called?
That is called, I'm still doing the integration. Let me see here, Nicholas. Nicholas.
Video lesson.
eStreamly.
eStreamly, I like the name.
Yeah, so fabulous guys. They are close to one of my guys up in Atlanta, I think. He's not on Shopify. He's not on Shopify app. So
I get it.
I will do an introduction. And so he can show you. I'm blown away. I mean, for me, I do lives. Well, I haven't done for a year, but I do lives. And so showing this to my customers, they're not doing TikTok or LinkedIn yet. That they're going to be adding. So as I said, I'm going to show them what I need as well.
Again, it's the authenticity. It's about showing up their customers and giving them. Well, for us, it's very much about creating community.
Yes.
And you can't create. You have to be there to create community, and you can do it virtually with thousands of people. That's interesting. Okay. Product reviews.
Yeah, product reviews. This is a free app from Shopify that adds. So you can have. So some of my clients have. What are they? Let me see what they have. I think she's just
I
got normal
gotta be honest, sometimes I like testimonials better than
product
reviews
reviews.
sometimes. Well, when you see product reviews on a company's website, you sort of say, well, have they suppressed the bad ones?
Yes. Oh, you know what? I was listening. Somebody, oh, it was Clay sent me Jeff Bezos a little conversation he had on stage somewhere, and
Yeah.
he said that when they started out with books, I didn't realize that, but they did start out with books.
Oh,
And
yeah, Amazon, of course.
yes, and
For
so
five or 10 years, yeah.
he said that he had the suggestion from somebody said, only put on the good reviews. He said he did think about it, but he decided not to do that because the bad reviews are good as well. So
The bad reviews are more, yeah, they're more informative, actually.
you see, I mean, these are automatic from you can't control these. So there are obviously.
Yeah, but nobody knows that. That's the thing.
Yes, exactly.
That's great. They're doing great. 4.9. That's fabulous.
Yeah. They're very, very hands-on with their customers, I must say. The customers send them images of how they've implemented their stuff. I love those doors.
That's nice.
And so
Expensive.
yeah. So I mean, and that's a huge thing as well. So I think with whoever they're using,
Yeah.
you can actually, so you really want a review where they can add a video or add an image, and actually don't know who they're using. I need to find out. But at the beginning, I just use the basic one, and that's what I do, right?
Yeah, I don't need to do much more.
This is all automatic internally, translate and adapt. That is, you can actually translate your website, your store, to a different language. That's another. Geolocation, we add that automatically again. Yeah, and I'm testing out Amazon MCF, where I have no idea what it is. It's got something to do with.
Is that sort of a shipping service?
Yes.
It's pretty much, it's like fulfillment by Amazon, but you're not going to be on their website.
Yes, multi-channel fulfillment. Sorry, that's right. MCF. Yes. So, in fact, I've got Black Tide who's looking at it as well, which is interesting, right? I mean, everybody is literally using different things. And so, and that's what I said about Amazon Pay as well. If you're adding Amazon Pay, it just adds that other thing that people will order their products from you because they don't really trust you yet, right?
Yeah.
So
Amazon, they don't want to give you the credit card. Except Shop Pay, I think, probably helps with that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. No, it's just
So Shop is also it's also what Shop is now is that it is a community of Shopify stores, and there are millions of them, as you know. And so your products are exposed to other stores as well.
That's something that has confused me a little bit about Shopify, to be honest.
Yes.
I get messages, you have $5.61 in shop dollars to spend. And is it that, and it expires, and you can spend it on any Shopify store or something like that. It's a code, but I don't really understand.
Oh, that could be the mini.
It seems like they're kind of immature with that, to be honest.
Yes, a little bit. I mean, again, I think it'll develop. So they might have these,
Shop minis?
Shop minis that might have these extra. A particular store might have these extra apps installed, which again you've got to pay for everything. I know this guy. This is not cheap, but this is a one-click upsell.
Yeah.
And so. And shoppable Instagram is a really good one to have as well. If once you get going on Instagram, right? Yes. As I said, they're coming up with new stuff all the time. It's very exciting. As I said, I test things out. I haven't seen the veracity or the success of Shop yet, for any of my clients, right?
Really?
Well, not really,
Convenient. I
no.
mean, it's just convenient as far
Yeah,
as. I'm not
yeah,
talking about the borrowing money. I'm talking about the
yes.
the
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 shipping
ability
stuff.
to
Yeah,
pay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
I use it
exactly.
all the time. I mean, it's always, oh, that's nice that they have that.
Yes, exactly. And some people don't use it, which I think, my puzzle lady hates it, but she's got very strong opinions. She did not send any emails out in the beginning. So I've known her 12 years. We've been together on another shopping platform. I discovered Shopify. I moved everybody over who wanted to move. She's been with me. And last year, I've been nagging her to send emails. And she's got 3,000 customer emails that she can send up. New emails. I don't believe in sending to old emails, right? No, no, no. I don't want to do that. Send out emails before Christmas. 30% conversion rate.
Huh.
She was so happy. I
That's
said
good.
to her, and she was going, oh no, customers are getting too many emails. I don't want to send a newsletter, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, I know. People, actually not having an emails can be really a problem for companies.
You got to have email.
Because you forget about them.
Yes.
You forget they've gone out of business.
Yes, exactly. So you've got to be in front of your customers. And the way to do that is also with the sales channels. We'll talk about that on Tuesdays. Facebook and Instagram, Google and YouTube. I've got TikTok, which can only do ads, but it puts your products on TikTok with a buy button. There's Pinterest. Also, your products go on with a buy button. Pinterest is a long sale, but once it gets going, it's very profitable. And then there is Shop, setting up your shop. And then what else is there? Microsoft Channel. Microsoft Channel, Bing, is starting to grow because of their chatbot and all of that stuff. And Microsoft is really pushing it. So I think we're going to see some stuff coming out of and again, why not be on there as well? Even if you just get 5% or 2% conversion from Bing, why not? It just adds it all into that box of you get 10% here, you get 30% here, you get 5% here, and so your sales improve, right?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
it's ubiquitous. All
All
right,
right,
good.
I'm gonna stop this. I think
All right.
this is
Thank you,
enough
Veronica.
enough to blow